Garage therapy, 2 years on. What was it like? How has it lasted? Find out everything you need to know in this long-term, real-world review here on the Golf Diaries. Hello and welcome back to the Golf Diaries. My name's Mark, and if you're into your VWs, detailing, all that kind of stuff, hopefully you're in the right place. I'm indoors today, a little bit cold outside, still winter here in the UK, and I'm getting old and getting soft. So I'm in my office today, so I hope you don't mind. So 2 years ago, I detailed the Caddy. I'll put a link to that detailing video at the end of this one, but also in the description down below. And I used Garage Therapy products, and I did an overview at the time of the products I was going to do. Again, link in the description below. Now, 2 years on, I've continued to use Garage Therapy. That was what I pledged to do, to give a real long-term review of the Garage Therapy system. So using their maintenance products as well, which I've done for the last 2 years. And I just want to take this opportunity, whilst the weather's still not great and I can't get outside, to give you a rundown on exactly how it's lasted throughout that 2 years, what I've found, and what my plans are going forward, because it's springtime soon, hopefully, and we'll get onto the Caddy and we'll detail it. There'll be another video come out, and I've got a new idea in mind for that one. So stay tuned to the end of the video and we'll discuss what's coming next for the Caddy. So let's delve into Garage Therapy. Let's get started with the maintenance products. I've used the Garage Therapy system exclusively with, well, 99% exclusively, but more of that shortly, for the past 2 years, so to give the whole system a real good test out in real world usage. So the main ones I've used are the shampoo, the Snowfoam, and the quick detailer. Now I won't go into too much detail on those today because part 2 of this video will do that, and that will follow in the next week or so, and also compare with another well-known favourite brand of mine in terms of how the two brands work together on the cars. So starting with the Snowfoam, first of all, that was a game changer for me. Anyone who knows me, who follows this channel, knows I'm a bit of a Built Hamber fan. So I bought the Snowfoam, even though I've got 25 litres of Built Hamber over there. So Maz, seriously, be impressed that I bought this. So to get me off auto foam takes some doing, but actually the Garage Therapy Snowfoam is now my Snowfoam of choice. Really, really good Snowfoam. Check it out if you haven't already. The shampoo, what to say about the shampoo? It's sudsy, it's slick, it smells nice, it's got good cleaning ability, it's concentrated, so it's good value for money. There's not really anything to dislike about it, and it's just a joy to use. The quick detailer, I have covered the quick detailer at great length elsewhere. I will put a link in the description down below, and I will touch on it again in part 2. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but if there's one quick detailer that can pretty much do it all, it is kind of the Garage Therapy one. So very pleased with the maintenance products. But what about the protection? That's what you want to know, isn't it? Starting with 3CS. Now I will overlay some shots here of the application from the original Caddy detailing video. Again, link to that full video will be at the end of this one. So please check it out if you haven't already. Now 3CS, it's claimed on the Garage Therapy website, which is on back here, that you can get about 5 months protection out of this. And I certainly would agree with that, but then some. What I've found is, albeit topped with Sigma, and I'll come on to that in a second, but 2 coats of the 3CS applied at the start when I first did the Caddy 2 years ago. I left a patch on the bonnet and I left a patch on the roof that I tried my best not to get any toppers on or any quick detailer. I'm sure as I was drying the van, a little bit of the quick detailer obviously would have got onto those patches on the drying towel and so on. So, you know, but I did the best job I could do to keep them separate, so that I could see how 3CS would stand up on its own devices with no support from any toppers or anything like that. And I have to say, on its own, through that spring and into that summer, it started to lose some of its characteristics around the 5 month mark actually, but then it really didn't, it was a slow decline from there. It didn't just suddenly switch itself off, it just slowly declined over probably the following month and a half. But I think 6 to 6.5 months of durability on alone with no toppers is pretty commendable, certainly for a product that is that easy to apply. And we'll come on to to application in a second. Now, on the rest of the van, I topped it with Sigma every 5 to 6 weeks throughout the spring and the summer. And then when we got into winter, because of the very short windows we have between rain showers here in Wales, I have to top it up with something that's really, really quick. Now, Sigma doesn't take long, but it's not as quick as a spray and rinse. And enter G-On Wet Coat. I have put G-On Wet Coat over the top of it in the 2 winters that the Garage Therapy system has been in place. So that's been my exception. So when I said 99% exclusive, that's what I meant. And that's just purely for ease of application during the winter. In terms of the application of 3CS in the first place, it was incredibly easy, and a little certainly went a very long way. So when you consider that a bottle of 3CS is, I think, £18, and by the time I finished that bottle, I would have had 3 years. If I continued using it, I would have had 3 years usage out of it. That works out at 50p a month. 50 pence a month. So I don't think you can complain about the durability of it. Now, basically, during this 2 years, backtracking slightly, during this 2 years, last spring, so a year into it, I just stripped everything back, reapplied the 3CS as the base coat, and continued topping it with Sigma, using the Garage Therapy system, a little bit of wet coat during the winter months. And here we are 2 years later, and I've only had to really change that base coat once in the 2 years. So yeah, really, really impressed. As I said, 5.5, 6 months-ish on alone, all on its own with no toppers. You can't complain at that. So really, really pleased with 3CS, and definitely one I'd recommend you checking out. And hey, at 50p a month, that's pretty good going. But what about Sigma? Well, full disclosure, right from the start, I made the rookie error of buying a big refill of Sigma the week before, and it was literally 3 days before Garage Therapy launched version 2 of the product. So I haven't tried version 2 yet, I'm still on version 1. So this is a review of version 1. I'm told version 2 is even better, and it's got even better durability. So, you know, just bear that in mind as I go through the Sigma part of this video. So Sigma, very easy to apply. It's not quite as quick and instantaneous as a quick detailer. You do have to leave it for 30 seconds or so just to cure. But again, no real biggie. I mean, I wouldn't actually, because it comes in a spray bottle and it's got, you know, lots of kind of characteristics that you'd normally associate with a quick detailer. I wouldn't make the mistake of thinking it is a quick detailer, because it's not. It's very much, I see it as an enhancement product that adds some protection. And when I say enhancement, it definitely does enhance the look of the paint. It is really slick as well, a lovely slickness to the product. But the extra little bit of pop it gives the paintwork is phenomenal. I mean, I'm actually considering the 3CS Sigma combination for the anniversary once it starts going back to concours shows later in the year, because it really is very impressive, the looks it gives. So yeah, sure, you can find easier products to apply in terms of time, just, you know, wipe on and wipe off, but I'd say for the sake of waiting for 30 seconds whilst Sigma cures and then wiping it off, it's definitely worth the effort if looks and that little bit of protection are paramount to you. In terms of durability, I mean, you could see altered water behaviour for about 5 weeks, depending on the weather, depending on how much I drive the car, etc. But yeah, 5 to 7 weeks, I would say, is kind of average. Let's go 6 down the middle. It was around that every kind of, just topping it up every 5 to 6 weeks. And again, you know, this stuff goes a long way, and it's not expensive. The fact that, you know, I think 2 years on, I'm still on version 1, shows how long this stuff lasts. So definitely worth trying out if you want something to enhance and add that kind of sacrificial layer on top of your base coat. The other thing with Sigma is, of course, is you can put it on top of a wax. If anyone's still using wax, nothing wrong with wax, it's all good. I've got loads of waxes. There's another video, a wax collection. Don't get me started. But anyway, so you can put Sigma on top of other products as well. So it doesn't have to be part of the Garage Therapy system, but it works very well as part of it. So yeah, impressed. What next for the Caddy? Well, before I get onto that, and it will only be a few seconds, I guess I ought to conclude on the 2 years of the Garage Therapy system and what I've found so far. So very briefly, it works. You know, it may shock you, but you know, after what I've said, but yeah, it just works, and it works incredibly well in terms of the simplicity of applying it, the durability, the value for money, the looks, the enhancement that both 3CS and Sigma give, the ease of use of their maintenance products. Yeah, I'm very, very impressed. But certainly in terms of protection, part 2 of this video will compare, and it's not really fair to compare 3CS with something like CanCoat or something like so. It'll be an interesting comparison, so please stay tuned for that. But I think, honestly, in terms of a protection product and a protection system, you can't really go wrong with 3CS and Sigma. It really is an impressive combination. Now, if I was using this for my daily driver that did 800, 1,000 miles a week, I would still use it, but I may be tempted, because that car's going to need a lot more attention and a lot more maintenance. I may be tempted to go with a quick detailer instead of topping up with Sigma. But as a base coat, I would have absolutely no problems with using 3CS. It outperforms any claim that's been made. Very impressed. I perhaps should have said this at the start, but of course I've been waxing lyrical about Garage Therapy. I'm in no way affiliated with Garage Therapy. I've got no reason to say anything good or negative about them or anyone else. So every product I buy with my own money, pay full retail price for, no favours done there. It is as I find, I speak as I find, and that will always be the way on this channel. Now, what's coming next? Well, as I said, the spring will see a detail of the Caddy, and a video of that will be put up on the channel, so please stay tuned for that. I was thinking about ceramic coating it, either with a Geon or a Garage Therapy ceramic, but the problem is, it is my main test bed for this channel, and I don't want to start clogging up a ceramic coating with lots of other products that I'm testing out to bring to you guys. So I'm kind of thinking somewhere halfway house. So I'm actually going to give another Garage Therapy product a try that I've never tried. They have a version 2 just come out of their Chimera, I'm not quite sure which way you say it, which is a kind of a light ceramic that's got about a year's durability, which will suit me absolutely fine, because then next year I can try something else. But yeah, I will do, and I will continue to maintain it using Garage Therapy products. I probably will top it with wet coat during the winter, unless of course Garage Therapy come out with something similar to wet coat, and I will give that a try as well. But yeah, that's my plan. It won't be a full machine polish, because it just doesn't need it. The van just doesn't need it. But we'll give it a little bit of an enhancement, a little bit of a brush up, and yeah, please stay tuned. I'll have that video on the channel for you. So guys, thank you very much. I just wanted to give you this quick update. Hopefully the weather is going to get better. I'm told it's going to get better. Please, and we can get outside and we can get on the cars, and I can bring the cars and the van to you again, as opposed to just me sat in an office talking. So anyway, until next time guys, stay safe, take care, bye for now.